As we head into free agency, there are a lot of players who are having to weigh their options.
I don't want to say guarantee, but I just would be shocked if Daniel Jones is not back. He's going to be the Giants quarterback. There's no way he's getting out of New York.
There's no place like home. It's a popular catchphrase that should apply to some of this year's biggest NFL free agents, but not all of them. We take a look at 5 2023 NFL free agents who should stay with their current clubs, and 5 who need to find a new team. Should re-sign Lamar Jackson. You've heard all the trade rumors and speculation by now, but let's be perfectly blunt. The Baltimore Ravens need Lamar Jackson as much as he needs them. There isn't another quarterback who can keep this franchise in long-term contention. There isn't another team in the NFL that can entirely build their offense around the dual-threat signal caller. So why should this marriage end? The Ravens are a ridiculous 45-16 with Jackson as their starting quarterback since 2018. We saw this offense fall apart completely without him at the end of 2021 and 2022. There really shouldn't be any doubt about the best direction for both sides. There's also no telling how far the Ravens could have gone in the postseason if Lamar was healthy. Wouldn't it be nice to see what the Ravens can do in January with a healthy Lamar again? Yeah, Jackson might make more money on a team like the Las Vegas Raiders or New York Jets, but the Raiders don't have an offensive line or a defense, and the Jets have been a quarterback graveyard for half a century and counting. Every other Super Bowl contending team has a suitable option at quarterback. The Ravens give Jackson his best shot at a Super Bowl, and he gives them their best shot at running through the gauntlet that is the AFC. Don't chase the extra money, Lamar. In Baltimore, don't just assume that you can find a replacement. Find a middle ground and stay together. You both need each other more than you ever have. New team, Josh Jacobs. The 2022 season was a giant disappointment for the Las Vegas Raiders, but Josh Jacobs is not to blame. The fourth-year running back won the rushing title with 1,653 yards and 12 rushing touchdowns. In case you forgot, the Raiders declined the fifth-year option on Jacobs' rookie deal, a strong indicator that they were already factoring him out of their long-term plans. Jacobs proved the Raiders wrong with his best season yet, and now he can get paid in free agency by a team that actually has faith in him and is a legit Super Bowl contender. Jacobs will only be 25 years of age this upcoming season, so teams shouldn't be afraid to give him a lucrative contract. But even if Vegas offers Jacobs more money than any other team, he should still jump ship and join a better team that gives him a realistic shot at a championship. We're talking someone like the Bills, Eagles, or Dolphins. Wouldn't that be something? Should re-sign Saquon Barkley. Sticking with the topic of running backs, Barkley would be wise to do the opposite of Jacobs and stay with his current team. After 3 injury-riddled seasons, Barkley stayed healthy and turned in a career-high 1,312 rushing yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. Barkley and Daniel Jones carried the New York Giants offense and led the team to a surprise postseason berth, and to an upset win over the Minnesota Vikings in a wildcard round. The Giants are building something special with new head coach Brian Daboll. He found a way to get the most out of a not-so-talented roster. Now imagine where the Giants could go if they had foundational pieces around a Jones and Barkley-led offense. Barkley's game largely improved in 2022 thanks to Andrew Thomas's breakout season, and 2022 first-rounder Evan Neal should develop into a stud in short time. The long-term outlook on the Giants' O-line is very promising, so Barkley will be in good hands with top-notch run blockers. New team, Jesse Bates III. Bates' play has regressed since his 2020 career year, during which he earned a second-team All-Pro nod after racking up 15 pass defenses and 3 interceptions. That year, Pro Football Focus graded him at 90.1, but Bates' PFF grade for 2021 and 2022 were just 56.1 and 76.8 respectively. And with 2022 first-rounder Daxton Hill set to take on an expanded role in 2023, this just feels like the right time for Bates to find a new home. At 26 years of age, there is no doubt that Bates can still regain that All-Pro form. Lots of teams will want Bates, who's being touted as perhaps the best safety in an underwhelming free agent class at the position. He can get paid a lot of money elsewhere. You know, compared to what the infamously cheap Bengals owner Mike Brown would likely offer him. Should re-sign James Bradberry. We wouldn't at all fault Bradberry for chasing the money. This will likely be the last big contract of his career after all. But Bradberry was an absolute gem of a pickup for the Philadelphia Eagles following his release from the New York Giants last year. He earned 2022 second-team All-Pro honors and yielded only a 46.0 completion percentage per Pro Football Reference. Bradberry and his Eagles were oh so close to winning a Super Bowl last season. He and Darius Slay were by far football's top cornerback duo of the 2022 season. So why break up the band? In an ideal world, Bradberry takes a 1-year hometown discount from the Eagles, gets to chase a ring, and then maybe eyes the big payout next year. He was a great fit in Philly's defense, and unless the San Francisco 49ers or Kansas City Chiefs come calling, the Eagles are easily Bradberry's best bet at chasing a title. New team, Jayvon Hargrave. The Eagles' defense racked up 70 quarterback sacks in 2022. Jayvon Hargrave was a key contributor to that number, posting a career-high 11 on the season. Hargrave turned out to be a bargain after signing back in 2020 when he inked a 3-year, $39 million deal. He stands to earn considerably more per season on his next deal, wherever that comes from. The Eagles have too many key pending free agents to sign, plus they have to save up money to eventually pay Jalen Hurts and Lavonte Smith. Not only that, but 2022 first-round pick Jordan Davis should be a starter after sitting behind Hargrave and Fletcher Cox in his rookie year. The Eagles can afford to let Hargrave go and plug in Davis as his replacement. So Hargrave should chase the money and find a team that'll give him a full-time starter role. There's gonna be a massive market for him, so why not take the cash and enjoy more playing time elsewhere? Wouldn't the 49ers, Bills, or Bengals be a pretty nice fit for him? Should resign Daniel Jones. Rookie head coach Brian Daboll worked his magic and unlocked Jones, who had a career year after 3 uninspiring seasons to begin his career. Jones excelled as a game manager for the Giants, completing 67.2% of his pass attempts for 3,205 yards and 15 touchdowns against only 5 interceptions. Jones was also a beast on the ground, racking up 708 rushing yards and 7 rushing TDs. What's especially amazing is that Jones did this with running back Saquon Barkley as his only weapon. The Giants lacked quality pass catchers, but they should be aggressive while addressing the wideout position in free agency and at the draft. Jones not only led the Giants to the playoffs, but he led them to a stunning road win over the Minnesota Vikings in the divisional round. This was not a fluke year. Daboll is a wizard, and he's already helped Jones develop into a winning QB. Now it's time to help Jones kick it into a whole nother gear. Among all QB-needy teams, there simply isn't a better schematic fit for the former first-rounder's talents. Even if the two sides can't agree on a long-term deal, Jones should take the franchise tag, make this his prove-it year, and show Big Blue what else he can do. New team, Lavonte David. David will go down as one of the greatest players in the history of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was remarkably loyal to the Bucs for nearly a decade during their irrelevant run before Tom Brady arrived. David's loyalty eventually paid off in the form of a Super Bowl 55 championship ring and 2 subsequent NFC South division titles. But with Brady now retired, the Buccaneers' window has slammed shut. They are in a miserable cap situation and cannot afford to retain all their top free agents. And with David entering his age 33 season, why stick around for a rebuild when you can chase money and championships elsewhere? The 2-time second-team All-Pro is still at the top of his game. He remains one of the NFL's fastest and most athletic linebackers. The thing about David is, he's a logical fit just about anywhere. Don't tell us a Super Bowl contending team wouldn't want him in their club. Or if you're a team trying to make that jump to like the New York Jets, Jacksonville Jaguars, or Detroit Lions, you can always throw big money at David to bring him aboard. Should re-sign Geno Smith. Okay, this one's also a no-brainer. Smith, like Daniel Jones, is coming off a career season of his own. Smith had the duties of replacing longtime franchise quarterback Russell Wilson in Seattle, and he was clearly up for the challenge, winning Comeback Player of the Year honors after leading the Seahawks to a surprise playoffs appearance. Smith was the perfect fit in Pete Carroll's offense. That O-line is set. The Kenneth Walker-led ground game is prolific, and Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf are one of football's most explosive receiving duos. Yes, the Seahawks could draft their QB of the future with one of their 2 first-round picks in 2023, but why not keep Smith around for now and have him keep your competitive window open while you groom a young, high-upside quarterback for the future? Smith won't find a better fit than he has in Seattle, so he and the Seahawks have every reason to continue this partnership, and practically no reason to end it. New team, Tony Pollard. If Jerry Jones finally works up the courage to cut Ezekiel Elliott, then this may be a different story. But right now, Jones seems keen on keeping a past his prime Zeke. It makes little sense to us because Pollard is far and away the better running back, especially considering that he had 131 more rushing yards than Elliott on 38 less carries. It just feels like Jerry will never cut ties with Zeke. If you're a 1,000-yard rusher like Pollard, why would you want to sign up for another season as the backup? Wouldn't you want to be the undisputed lead running back somewhere else? And secondly, the cap-strapped Cowboys probably won't be able to pay Pollard. You know, at least what his market value is. So he's better off signing with a team that can afford to pay him what he's worth, and again, no more having to split carries with Zeke. Pollard could be the lead back on a contender like, say, the Bills, Eagles, or even the Bengals if they cut Joe Mixon. Or he can stay in Dallas, get underpaid and underworked, and eventually fall short of expectations in January. We think we know which option we would choose if we were Tony Pollard. But which other NFL players should find a new team in free agency this offseason? And where should they go? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.